Oh wow. Someone actually using creativity? That's really cool. I like it. Let's see, maybe there's some more artists on there. Oh, AI versus me? Okay. Well, the sketch looks weird, but maybe it's gonna be okay. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, that's AI. Oh god. I wish this was one of those issues that only popped up once or twice and then disappeared. If you spent, I don't know, any time in art spaces lately, especially on TikTok or Twitter, you've probably seen this more than a few times. Someone posts a drawing. It looks polished, right? It gets a lot of attention. Maybe some people notice there's something off. The anatomy lines up a little too perfectly. The shapes feel familiar. The inconsistencies don't make sense for a human process. And then eventually it turns out it was traced from an AI-generated image. Wow. And it was presented by the creator as their original work. Huh. Sometimes openly, sometimes vaguely, sometimes with just enough wording to avoid saying it outright, because, you know, people would get mad. Again, it's about a pattern. That's what we love. It's quietly damaging art spaces more than people want to admit. First, definitions, because this conversation gets weird without them. Tracing on its own isn't really evil. Tracing can be a learning tool. It can help beginners understand anatomy, shapes, and proportions. But, as you can tell, that problem doesn't magically disappear just because the source was AI. Well, tracing AI images and claiming the result as your own is still tracing. The process didn't suddenly become creative authorship just because the source wasn't a single identifiable artist. Learning is one thing if you do it privately, but posting traced work without disclosure is another. Those are not the same activity. And pretending they are is where the most of the excuses come from. One of the most common defenses I see is, it's AI, so it doesn't matter. The logic usually goes something like, AI made it, so therefore no artist was harmed, therefore tracing it is fine, therefore claiming it is fine. That chain falls apart almost immediately. Listen. AI images don't come from nowhere. They're generated using patterns learned from massive data sets of existing artwork, often without consent. So, tracing AI output isn't creating something from nothing. It's copying a composite built from other people's work, then presenting that copy as your own effort. And people who are artists can easily tell that it's AI or just traced from AI, because AI images tend to have inconsistencies. Oh. As I was saying, AI images tend to have inconsistencies. Example, hands that don't quite make sense, textures that don't follow form, and details that look really weird when you look closely. And when those exact inconsistencies appear line for line in someone's drawing, it becomes very obvious what happened. For example, this artist who everyone was defending, at least in their last viewed video, it was another me versus AI. They still haven't admitted that they traced. Even with fake paint, that was supposed to be the proof that they didn't trace. We can easily tell that they just slapped an invisible layer, because that's what Procreate can do. I could argue that only pro artists do that, but even they don't do that. They still fix their drawing if they feel the need to. They still fix the anatomy, change some things. This had nothing to fix, because for them it was already perfect, which is very rare. Well, at least we could call this person an artist, because they were actually trying to do some of their stuff. You know, they had their doodles and their own art in there, and it's actually really good because I can see that they're improving. So I don't know why they would use AI, like, ever. Well, we cannot say the same about the artist I was talking about in the intro. Their whole account is just AI. Just AI. And they claim it's their art. But it's clearly not. Their art style constantly changes, and you can see it on their profile. But of course, those are just examples. There's like a lot more of those people out there, and they just keep pretending that it's their art, even though it's not. And then there's another argument that comes up a lot. It's, I traced it, so now it's my art. And I think people say this because they're mixing up effort with authorship. I mean, tracing requires effort, yeah, but effort alone doesn't automatically equal originality. And if authorship worked that way, copying someone's homework by hand would count as writing your own paper. Like, creative decisions, the composition, the pose, the structure, they were already made. Tracing reproduces decisions. It doesn't create them. And again, this wouldn't be such a big issue if people were honest about it. Say, this is study, this is traced from AI, this is practice, and people can engage with it. Honestly. The problem is when transparency disappears. Well, another excuse I see constantly is, oh, it's just for fun, or it's satire. But intention doesn't exactly erase impact. Even quote-unquote for fun, AI generation still uses massive computing resources, contributes to environmental strain, and feeds the same systems artists have been asking people to be more critical of. And when traced AI art is posted without disclosure, even as a joke, it still misleads audiences. You'll see the final image, not the footnotes in your head. Satire doesn't stop being misleading just because the creator thinks it's obvious. A big reason this keeps happening is the way platforms are structured. Again, short-form content rewards include speed, output, polish over process, and transparency. Oh, well, on platforms like TikTok and even across other media spaces, there's very little room to show how something was made. That makes it very easy to skip steps, and easier to still skip honesty. Well, algorithms don't ask questions. They reward what looks finished. And when traced AI art performs well, it quietly teaches people that shortcuts are acceptable as long as the result looks good. And this doesn't just affect individual artists, it affects trust. When audiences can't tell what's original, what's traced, what's AI assisted, and what's fully human made, it degrades the entire space. Artists feel pressured to keep up. Beginners get confused about what learning actually looks like, and honesty starts to feel optional instead of expected. And none of that leads to healthier art communities. Now, I want to be very clear here. This isn't about banning tools. It's not about shaming beginners. It's not about pretending technology doesn't exist. It's about transparency. If you're proud of your work, you should be honest about how it was made. AI tools exist, but using them responsibly means acknowledging their role, not hiding it. Well, at the end of the day, this isn't a complicated moral puzzle. Claiming traced AI art as your own original work isn't harmless. It misleads audiences, undermines trust, and shifts norms in ways that hurt artists long term. Better art spaces don't come from pretending this is fine. They come from clear labeling, better moderation, and a culture that values honesty over shortcuts. Credit your sources. Label your studies. Don't post traced work as original. Because art isn't just about the final image, it's about the process. And being honest about it still matters. Well, I can say this is all. For me, very original idea. I hope some people will maybe take, I don't know, inspiration from me, since I'm such a big YouTuber and all.